Hello viewer, welcome to episode 5 of Myst's World. And in this episode, I've got a few plans, but before we get to those, in the last episode, we had made some villagers by curing them with a cool strategy. So I decided to move the villagers back here, and I built a temporary braiding and iron collecting setup. I don't consider this to be a nice iron farm, but if I'm able to get iron, then that's all that matters. So I've got quite a few villagers, which will be used for a proper iron farm in the future, so that's good. One of our villagers has mending, and the other one's a toolsmith. I still haven't unlocked the toolsmith completely, but I've definitely unlocked the mending guy, so that's good. Oh, and also, I got some bee nests. So, if you didn't know, if you have flowers, here, I'll just show you physically. So, if you didn't know, if you had flowers surrounding a sapling and you grow it, there's a very small chance that a bee nest will actually generate on that tree. And no. Okay, so unfortunately we couldn't generate a beehive there, but that's okay. I just want to show you how I've been collecting them. So I would just break the trees and try again over and over until I got a few beehives. Sometimes they're more fortunate than others. Speaking of things, I have silk touch on my tools. And mending. Check that out, mending on everything. There's pretty good armor for the nether once we do that. Got mending on these. I put Fortunator away. That's the pickaxe from the last episode, but I combined the iron shovel from the mob grinder with a nice one to get this silk touch. And yeah, it's really good. I like it. I'm actually able to chop through these quite nicely now. Yeah, I've also gotten a lot of hay bales. I made a tutorial on a micro food farm, and this is just a variation of one that uses snow observers, but I have to till the soil first before I start grinding on it. So that's how I've been getting hay bales for target blocks. Oh yeah, look, you can tell I've done many attempts because I have so much wood now. It's great. Yeah, so that's not what I wanted to talk about as well. Before we start with the project box, I've got slime. Yeah, that little slime farm is actually pretty good. I was quite impressed with it, so very cool. We got slime now. And yeah, today's project is going to be building a creeper blast chamber. So it's going to be a module that we're going to have a switch for that comes off to the side here and allows us to, you know, get creepers to blast for us. So in this chest is all the materials we're going to need today, so I'm just going to take them out. And I probably will set up another chest where we will be doing the project. You're probably wondering, well, why do I have a bed in the materials list? Which you were not even wondering to begin with. Well, it's because I designed an actual mob filter a while ago in 1.13. I believe, and I've modified it to now sort skeletons and creepers, and it's really compact. You guys are gonna love it. Okay, so we need to get up here. Now, we can't interfere with the spiders falling down here, so I'm gonna have the creeper blast setup just kind of go over to here somewhere. So I'll go ahead and build a platform here and build out, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I built a little platform up here, and the first thing we're going to do before we get started is figure out how we want the mobs to flow out. So, since the tube is designed this way, I'm going to have the mobs flow this way, and then it's going to go that way. And then our blast chamber is going to be located somewhere here out in the open. But the first thing we need to do is make a switch from just our normal XP mode, or if we want the creepers to be used for blasting blocks such as cobblestone and wood. So that's the idea. So we'll just open this tube up a little. And you don't have to worry, the farm is completely turned off, so no mobs can spawn, which is excellent. I like how I made that. Okay, so now what we need to do is have water flow out here. So we're going to need a waterlogged trapdoor, preferably on this side, and it's going to flow the monsters out that way. So that's the first part. The next part is making some floor piece push in here so that the water then flows over and out. And another thing we'll need are signs so that the water doesn't flow all the way down the tube. We want the water to not do that. So we'll have signs here so that when this trapdoor closes and this floor retracts, the water doesn't go all the way down there. Now, for the piston work, all I have to do is sneak a piston here. Now, a cool little strategy is that you can have this in your offhand, have an instant mineable block here, and then just do this. And you can instantly replace that block if you press left and right at the exact same time. So that way I don't have to do extra scaffolding. I could just place the piston where I want it to go. So, just like that. We need this trapdoor to open at the correct time. Now, I'll use some redstone dust here first. Now, I actually could just invert these pistons, which is something I might have to do. So we'll put a redstone torch there. These pistons will be inverted. And then I could just do another inversion somewhere over here for the next part. We're going to need doors here to allow the mobs to go this way. So we'll have blocks there, retracted state, pistons. And when they retract, we can allow the water to flow them out this way. So that's good. Okay, nice. And I'll just block it off like that. Oh, might as well make it look proper. Yeah, so in this too, why not? Get some glass in there. Yeah, now I just have to hook something up here and then into there. And it's still not going to interfere with our spider thing, so that's good. We can actually just put redstone dust on top of this, and we can use block updating to power that bottom, so quasi-connectivity. And then I could just have the redstone kind of come down here. So let's do that. The redstone will just go here. It's not the most professional way to wire, but it works. So that's all that matters. So I'll go ahead and grab some redstone torches and complete this part of our circuit. Alright, so now our mechanism is complete. And a fish literally, it must have fell down the tube. Yeah, fish spawned, so that's cool. They're not really a big deal in the sorter though, so I'm not concerned about fish. Anyways, so yeah, I'll go ahead and demonstrate how this part works with the lever. So when I close this, we've changed the mode, so now the mobs will just fall straight down. The floor is retracted, as you could kind of tell. And then when we do this, the floor comes in, the water unlatches, and then the mobs can now go into the sorter, which is great. So now they'll fall down, they'll go this way, and into the part of the sorter. So I'm going to go ahead and continue this water out just a little bit more to get pretty much over the ocean here. As a matter of fact, let's see what the next chunk looks like. We're probably going to put it somewhere in the center of this chunk, so I'll go ahead and continue the water, and we'll be able to get this part of the thing done. Okay, so I expanded the tube another 8 blocks, and I actually think this is a pretty good spot to get started. Now, the reason why I actually have a long tube here is so that we can avoid the entity cramming as much as we can, because I don't want the mobs to hurt themselves before they actually go into the sorter. Because it's ideal that we have our skeletons and creepers at decent health. As long as they have like half health, then it's pretty much safe. Because the idea is that we're going to use skeletons to shoot the creepers, and the creepers will explode, which gives us that blast chamber effect that we want. Okay, so I believe that's the 2-part complete. I need to build a better floor, as you could tell. I don't have much of a good floor right now. It's just a flimsy snow floor, so I'm going to expand it. Just, this is temporary because I actually need to put some rail stuff here. The mob sorter that I made actually works by using a minecart to change the mob's height. And that's kind of the secret to the well, it's a secret to how this thing works. So I'll go ahead and initially start the first part of the sorter. Okay, so I've done a few things for the first part of the sorter. So this is where the mobs will stand. Now I used a waterlog stair because if you waterlog it, you can actually stop water from flowing off the edge, which is a cool idea. It's really cool. So if you needed to do some really tricky stuff, this is actually the second to last layer of water. I just held it back here so the mobs can flow in a little nicer. And the first part we're going to do is get our minecart rail. Yeah, this is what I wanted to do. So the rail goes down. It only goes down up to this point. And then we have another rail right here. Yep, and it just goes up like that. So believe it or not, the mobs will be positioned kind of in this corner. And if I run a minecart here, it'll actually be able to suck up the monsters. So you'll see that soon. You'll have to be patient till then. And I'm going to have to lower this platform down, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Okay, I gathered some more snow, and I built a platform down here. And I could just make some steps for now. Yeah, I don't have any more ladders. So here's the deal. So I want the minecart here to drop down at an angle. The slab and bed has enough spacing so that I can get some water to flow. And then we'll need one piston facing this way and another piston facing the other way. So this top piston is going to help update this quasi-connectivity piston. You will see that in a moment. So it looks like that so far. Now what I need to do is set up the tripwire hook. And I like to use glass because it doesn't power anything around the tripwire hook. It just powers, the tripwire hook is what powers the piston. Yep, I fell. Yep, gotta be careful. Yeah, so I'll have one there, and one string. I just brought more, just in case. So what's gonna happen is the minecart's gonna just quickly flow here, and the tripwire hook will check if there's a zombie or skeleton, or witch. If there's zombies, witches, or creepers, they'll go down here somewhere, and the skeletons will just continue along. So now, yeah, I could just push the minecart down here. It'll roll over into the cell that sorts out the mobs. Now the mobs I don't want will just fall down out of my 128 mob sphere around the player. If you didn't know, mobs only spawn 128 blocks in a sphere around the player, so if you drop them outside that range, they'll despawn, and that's the idea with this. We can just quickly get rid of other monsters. Okay, we need a trapdoor right here. This trapdoor is important to stop the minecart acceleration before reaching those tripwire hooks. Alright, rails. Activator and power. We have the power rails on right now. We're gonna need one power rail there, one there, and then an activator just like so. We're going to use a piston to not only hold back the water, but to also sort out mobs that aren't related to creepers. So I need a piston right there, I think. And we're gonna need one right here. So I'll go ahead and actually put a glass block here. The mobs will still be able to jump out of the minecart onto this glass block, so that's good. And right over here, we're gonna need a trapdoor. I had some in, yeah, I have some. It's just really difficult to see. My apologies. So we're gonna have a trapdoor there. And the only mob that can fit underneath this trapdoor is gonna be the creeper. Witches and zombies are gonna be pushed this way while the creepers get pushed that way. Now, I do understand that we're gonna need to power this first and that, so we're gonna have some repeater thing here later. We'll worry about it later. Right now we're kind of concerned about actually just getting the basic structure built. We're going to need a trapdoor right here. And we're going to actually need to get rid of that redstone block. I misplaced that. I need to put it up here. And it's because we're going to have a trapdoor that just makes the skeletons fall down. Ooh, nice. I was not going to recover that, by the way. I was going to let it fall down. Yeah, so the skeletons will eject here. Also, baby zombies will eject here, but baby zombies don't cause any problems for the blast chamber, so it's completely fine for them to fall down where the skeletons fall down. Gonna also need one trapdoor this way, and no block there, because you want the skeleton to eject, eject right here, exactly right there. I believe I need this one open, because the minecart needs to be able to get down there. Now, I'm considering something. I might be able to pop a slab there. I would actually normally put a... Yeah, the minecart hitbox could definitely fit under that. That's actually a great thing. We're gonna actually test that very soon. Okay, over here, I'm going to need to finish this off by putting glass. I'll just put it all the way up. And we're gonna need a sign. Believe it or not, signs on pistons will actually stay on a piston, like that. It's been around like that for a while now. So let's just double check everything. So that holds the water there, that holds the water. Okay, there you go. So the water just flows down like that. And I feel like I can go ahead and just put a minecart in here to show you what happens. Okay, we've got our minecart. I'll go ahead and demonstrate what happens to zombies first. So if I were to hop in the minecart and go this way. Oh, I guess I'm actually smaller than a zombie. But you could tell I got ejected onto the skeleton part here, which is perfect. Okay, yeah, I'm not tall enough to do the zombie. I'm sorry, guys, but you'll have to believe me for if I was to go here and a zombie trips that, it'll definitely go down this way. Okay, so that's good. So we've completed that. And the skeleton does eject on the correct spot here, so that's good. And now all I have to do is complete this part with some glass. So we've got the water, the checker, and then that splits off into this section, and then the skeleton goes here and the rail goes that way. Now, since I've done that part, I am going to get the rail here to wrap around and go back soon, but I first need to complete the creeper tube a little bit. We're actually almost done. This is a very easy thing to build, so yeah. I'll go ahead and just block it off like so, so that they fall down the respective tubes there. Okay, cool, so the creepers go down that way, other garbage mobs go there, and a bunch of skeletons will just go down there. Now, we're not done with the trapdoor there just yet. We have to use a detector rail to activate each of our functions to do the mob sorting. So I'll show you how that'll look here just now. So we'll need a detector rail right here. Now I'm gonna use my my proper block now that I've shown you this. I need to use this. It's a lot more appropriate for what we're doing. Activator, detector, and then right here we'll go the part I need. So we're gonna need redstone dust there. So what happens is the mob first ejects onto that trapdoor and then we open it with the minecart. Baby zombies actually go down there, so don't worry. That's basically fine. Now, we're going to need a detector rail coming in the corner here. I'll go ahead and get a red power rail. I want this to be as quick as possible, so I will use power rail wherever I can. Yeah. We're sorting the monsters one by one, by the way, so that actually is a good thing because mob sorters have a tendency to clog up if you're trying to sort out multiple ones. I know that I could have used a pickaxe there. Yeah, that's it. Took a little thinking, but I think I'm back on track. So yeah, that's the way I wanted it. And this is where the note block comes into play. So, sorry, glass. I need no block here. Yeah, so that's going to quasi-connectivity like so. And the note block's the way to update it. And then our 4-tick repeater into there. Okay, and that's it. So now, whenever the minecart comes across, it first checks to see if there's creepers, and then it pushes anything else out. Like that. Alright, nice. And now, this is the part where we connect the rails together, actually. So we're almost done. I keep saying that, but I'm actually serious. We're actually almost done. I just have to connect the normal rails together, like this. And it's gonna curve and go back there. Now, I've got plenty of normal rail here, so I'm not concerned about that. Yeah, that'll be enough power rail. Now, right here, the minecart would switch if it's on. So we're going to keep that rail on by default. And that's simply by putting a redstone block there. There we go. So now, even if I power this, it's not going to change its state. And we want it to go this way. Cool. And now all I have to do is curve some blocks back this way. So yeah, I spent a lot of time with you guys on this. I'm sorry if you're actually asleep now. I'm trying to go into depth so that I can refer to my own videos in the future. It's a good thing. So yeah, I'll just go and get the power rails in there, and yeah, we're out of power, but that's okay. That is a-okay. I will use them a little bit better now. That should do it. And I'll put another one here just to be safe. Cool. Yeah, so that loops back, it goes up, and then it'll just keep looping around, collecting monsters and all that business, so yeah. So that guy, yep, just goes through the system. It's really fast. It's not a slow sorter at all, as you could tell. The minecart just keeps doing its thing. And I guess I can try to have some faith in my machine and act as a mob for once. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I get picked up. And I'm stored into the creeper slot. Perfect. So wasn't that cool? Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to expand these tubes down lower. Only the creeper and skeleton ones. I'm gonna expand them down there, and then I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, I built the bottom two part. Sounds like a clock. You know what? I might use a trapdoor to make a clock. It sounds so good. and you can actually make it accurate in real time, so that'd be a good idea to do in my base somewhere. Okay, so I'll explain what each of the tubes do real quick before I finish this project. All we need is an iron golem and some water to prevent the arrows from hurting the golem. But yeah, there's fishies. Nice. Yeah, so, yeah, as I said, I would put tubes in here. Now, it looks like, yeah, I'm not gonna need water. That's not really a pretty, it's not a bad drop. Creeper will definitely survive with a lot of health too, so. The creeper goes down there, it falls down, and then what's going to happen is the skeleton will fall here, and the skeleton is going to be attracted by an iron golem on that side, and therefore the skeleton shoots the creeper gets mad, blows up, and then the cycle repeats. It just keeps doing this. Fortunately, creepers don't have diamond pickaxes, so they can't get out of there. And we can put 8 blocks maximum in here. No, only 8 blocks of wood, rather. You can put 8. And yeah, I wouldn't convert concrete or anything. This would just be for cobblestone and wood farming, because those are infinite in a way. Not concrete powder. That'll use a proper system, but yeah. I'll go ahead and show you the skeleton tube as well, because I did something kind of cool there. And it is nighttime and it's raining and it's bogged down, ain't it? Yeah. Okay, so right here, I used a waterlog stair to actually hold the water back. So there's no signs or anything. So pro tip, so put a waterlog stair facing that way and put water in it, and then you can flow water on top. And the water will just stick around like this. So it's very cool. Very useful, especially for a chamber like this. And yeah, I'll just go ahead and mine this back. And for the creeper tube, I feel like I might need more obsidian. Not for the skeleton side, but just for the creeper side, so we'll just do that. Okay, and now I have to put the water shield. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get the water in now. I'm not really willing to waste any more time explaining how it works. I think you guys get the gist. Because all you people are smart, that is why. So, let me go ahead and get some water. And 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Arrows can travel 5 meters in water before they almost lose all their momentum, so that's why I'm doing this. Okay. And that's that. Cool. That looks very nice. It's exactly the way I wanted the water to flow too. So I'll go ahead and put the golem in, and then I'll double check everything, and then we'll turn on the mob farm together. Okay, so I put a nice walkway that goes to the switch here, and yeah, this goes to nowhere, so I can break those and put a nice torch. I should probably also do that. Okay, nice. So yeah, that's the project. I believe we're done. Again, I'm gonna do another check just to make sure that the mechanism should work. So yeah, the mobs just transport to here, they go in the sorter. Zombies get sorted out from creepers right here, and witches also. They get sorted out into there and just fall into the ocean where they despawn. And then over here, the skeletons and baby zombies drop down, and that's what they do. So yeah, there was actually one thing I almost forgot to do, and I just thought about it now. Nope. Okay. Yeah. I need to actually put 23 minecarts where the skeletons are. The reason why I have to do that is so that we only have one entity, like one skeleton or whatever at a time. And this is just to make sure that one creeper deals with one skeleton at a time. Okay, so I'll go ahead and finish up by putting the 23 minecarts in the skeleton part, and then it's definitely complete. Okay, I made a backup of the world, and the farm starts. Yeah, I'm too weak. I'm just too weak to start up the cell without making a backup because things can happen, you know? And yeah, it's just definitely worth it. So right now this module is actually turned off. The minecart's just going to keep looping up there. But yeah, we got some fish. Yeah, fish is the main food source here. But yeah, the farm's turned on to XP mode right now, so once we see some mobs fall down, then I'm definitely ready to start this side. Okay, and there we go. First blood, as I say. Or, it's just first blood. Okay, but we're gonna now switch the tube here, and hope for the best. Alright. So yeah, we can just watch these monsters without being hurt. It's kind of cool. Alright, they go to the rail. Creeper gets popped out. And creeper sorted. Cool. Look at that. Isn't that wild? I'd say that's quite wild, isn't it? That's pretty cool. Yeah, so now there's creepers in there. I got feather falling 4, by the way. That's why I didn't take damage. But look at that! We got creepers. You know, and once we get tridents and stuff, we can just make free charged creepers and free skulls, and it's gonna be fun. Oh, okay, things are getting wild now. Look at this. Alright. Up. Okay. Eventually... How many skeletons are in there? Are you gonna shoot the golem? I might have to lower the iron golem. There we go. That should be a little better. Yeah, watch that. And that's basically the end of the story, isn't it now? They just keep doing their thing. Yep, and you see the skeleton replaces the other skeleton because of the minecarts. And now, yeah, see the arrow can barely, it just barely gets there. It can't touch the golem. So yeah. And look how many mobs we have backed up. This thing is not stopping at all. It's not going to stop. There's another creeper. Oh man, this is too cool. Oh, success. Yes. You can snake me if you want, skeleton. It's not gonna work. But yeah. It definitely works. Like, isn't that? It's so cool. We can just watch them from above. Kablooey. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I am so proud. We got our creeper blast chamber. Alright, well, so you know what I'm gonna do off camera? Off camera, I'm gonna add a cobblestone generator and then I'll come back to you guys. Alright guys, I added the cobblestone generator over there and I got it to push to the max limit, right where the creeper would be. And I'm gonna go ahead and switch the flip again. Flip the switch. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Let's kill these and let the madness begin. This should be really entertaining to watch. Okay. Now the mob cap has been freed. Well, anyways, yeah. Now things are gonna happen in that tube. Oh yeah, here they come. Ooh, creepers and skeletons? What? Wow, look at all the monsters we can actually get though, guys. This is insane. And yeah, thanks to the tube, we can stockpile a bunch of them in there. Okay. Yeah, it's doing the sorting now, so we should be able to see something. Yep, there we go, cobblestone. We can break around 6 at maximum. Sometimes it doesn't, but yeah, this thing's very fast. I mean, I think this will supply me with all the cobblestone I'll need. You know. Anyhow, I'm just gonna watch it for a bit. But yeah, we're gonna have to build some kind of collection. Perhaps a minecart collection. It's really entertaining watching zombies just fall off into the void. Sometimes it does take a while though. I mean, it is sorting one monster at a time, but it sorts pretty fast. Okay, well, I think that's all the time I've got for today. If you like the build, hit the like button, subscribe, and in the next episode, I might consider building a tree farm for the blast chamber. So, see ya.